today because we all know that the world is in transition, and we know that business as usual will not get us where we need to be. And in fact, it won't get us where we want to be. And we also know that business as usual won't set us up, and let alone our children and their children, for a prosperous and sustainable future.
We've got about 120, 130 people here from different sectors, which is really encouraging. We got people with all sorts of solutions, all of them addressing basically the main issue is energy and climate change, with food as an element here. So I think we've got some really positive energy going here. We've got leaders who want to take action. This has gone beyond just talking anymore. People are saying we have a time frame on this. There's a bit of a fuse. We've got some time to move forward, and I'm very encouraged with the ideas I see here, with the people I see here, and I think working together, this is a solution that we're going to come up with.
What did you do when you all knew what was going on? So what did you do when you knew, I think, is the question that I think we should all be empowered to answer in a very positive and a very exciting way.
One of the new issues that we picked was sustainable cities. And so what we mean by sustainable cities is green, livable cities. And we're starting to look at what are the things that we can do as a financial institution to help, cultivate and encourage and support the development of these cities that we all want to live in.
One of the biggest challenges that we're facing as an Ontario-based company is that we currently are operating in Ontario without a price on carbon or a price on regulatory carbon, we'll say. A lot of companies right now do care about their carbon footprint, and they are taking all measures they possibly can to reduce their carbon footprint through sustainable changes. However, at the end of the day, no matter how green your company is, you still do have a carbon footprint.
World Wildlife Fund internationally released its Living Planet report 2 weeks ago. And that report showed that 52% of the world's wildlife had disappeared since the 1970s. In 40 years, 52% of all wildlife. It's a remarkable figure, and I think very sobering, because as nature and wildlife disappear, who's next?
We've got great innovation in this country and great legislation, but we don't have the resources to build a powerhouse around what this innovation could be.
I'm here today because I think the discussion on profitability and prosperity and sustainability needs to get talked about in a further way. It's no longer energy, the economy versus the environment. It is prosperity and sustainability working together. It creates innovation.
So we owe it to our children and our grandchildren to protect them, and that means addressing not only climate change, but I'm saying more and more often climate disruption before it becomes irreversible.
We also have 4 innovators. The purpose of this is collaboration, is to share their big idea with you, and hopefully after this session attract people to help them either raise money, find customers, bring new ideas, or I don't know. It's really the power of the crowd, and that's what this is about.
I think a main theme of the conference, and indeed the debate going on in the wider world, is this shift from this idea of where's the burden of solving climate change to the race to capture the opportunity. This is the single biggest economic opportunity of our generation to solve, and that is becoming the narrative away from this idea of costs.
People, ordinary folks, have made the clear and unequivocal connection that a sustainable future is inextricably linked to clean energy, and clean energy is an awesome force which can restore, reconnect, revitalize, respect, reinvigorate, reinvest, and renew economies, relationships, and communities. The signs said it all.
I think home market support is very important. But I think the next step in terms of taking innovation to the next level is we as Canadians have to look beyond our borders.
Let's try to influence government. Let's try to get the regs, let's try to get the policy together as a group established.
A lot of people still disconnect their ability to make a difference at the individual level relative to the collective. And I would challenge us, and I certainly will challenge myself and my 2 daughters and my wife and my family writ large to think about what that means and to take personal responsibility to try and make a difference from the inside out, as opposed to simply intellectualizing it and giving up.
The investment community is afraid to invest in new technologies that are really innovative and forward-thinking. So we need to figure out ways, a model for the investment community to invest in riskier projects but have much more reward for lots of people on the planet.
It was such a great opportunity to get to engage with these thought-provoking leaders, and I've kind of found that the conversation around sustainability has been polarized for the last little bit, but it's nice to see these solutions that they've either come to or that they would like us to come to in the future, and it just gives me that much more motivation for years to come.
What I particularly was moved by is the quality of the speakers and how they seem to collaborate, that they're trying to solve problems and work together. It seemed to break down the various layers of competitors holding each other back, or about someone having a better solution or not having a better solution. So that's a refreshing change.
I'm excited about the prospects of today. I think there's been some really good speakers so far, and the conversations of like-minded people and how we can synergistically build on each other's experiences and knowledge and take the message to the wider world. It's pretty impressive.
Spoke at the event, happily involved in the event, and I think from talking to everybody, it's turned out the way that we wanted it to, and I think everybody's enjoyed the interaction around innovations.
We need to celebrate. We have a lot of time talking about the problem and doom and gloom and this is happening, and it's important to understand that and educate ourselves what is fantasy and what's reality. And then to celebrate our successes and tell the world about it, not from a place of ego, but from a place of I'm celebrating the fact that we, not an I, that we have made all this progress, and we want to share the insights we glean from this.